This is the Canadian Country Showcase. Here's Courtney Fielder.
We're joined here with Jess Moskaluke. So nice to see you. I know you have been keeping all of us here across the prairies warm with a whole bunch of great tunes, including your brand new single, Go Getter, which has been so nice to be playing here at the airwaves.
Yeah, thank you so much for playing it. Yeah, I'm actually storm stayed right now in Regina. I mean, it's nice now, but now I got interviews, so now I can't go home because I'm interview stayed. So,
oh yeah, gotta love March in the prairies. Well, like any time in the prairies, because you never know what you're gonna get. Like you could get rain, you could get snow, you could get plus temperatures, and back to like minus 35, like it is today.
yep, it's true. We usually get all of that in like a day or two as well. So, yeah, extra fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, you know what? We were talking earlier, I guess, of course, about your brand new single called Go Getter, which fans have been loving from you here at Country Radio. What can you tell us about this one?
So Go Getter is the only single on the Heartbreaker record that I put out in November that I didn't actually write myself. We are always of the mindset that the best song wins, and this one kind of snuck in under the radar at the very last second when we were just about to finish everything up with the record. And as I continue to release music over the last decade and more, I realize how hard it is to release music that is still authentic to me while not saying the same thing over and over again and releasing the same song over and over again. So Go Getter was a special message because it's something that I felt like I haven't yet said. And I just thought it was such a fun way to talk about this topic. So yeah, so that's how Go Getter came to be a part of my life, and that's how you're hearing it now.
And of course, the music video, it looks like you had an absolute blast with that one.
We did. It was the first time shooting with the directors, Alex and Alex. And we shot that one in Montreal over 2 days, and it was really fun. It was a really cool experience.
You got to wear a lot of cool outfits too. Did you have a favorite out of all the ones you got to wear in the music video?
I think I liked the denim jumpsuit. It's not something I typically would wear. I don't know, the overalls. The thing about the outfits is that it was twice the outfits that we had talked about. He's like, I think we need another outfit at the last minute. And I was like, okay, well, good thing I have extras, like just in case. And he did that like 5 more times. And I was like, I've worn everything, every item of clothing that I brought.
That's awesome. Now, we were talking earlier, a decade of releasing music across Canada here. And that's also a special anniversary for your single, Cheap Wine and Cigarettes, celebrating 10 years this month. How crazy does that feel for you that like 10 years has flown by that fast?
It's so wild how fast 10 years can go. And it's also so wild to me that it feels like this song has still held up. I still hear it on the radio. I still play it all the time, and people are just as excited to hear it now, if not more, than they were the day that we released it. So it's a unicorn, that song. It's what you call a career song. You might only ever get one song that just relates that hard to your fans in your career. You hope for another, but there's just something about that one that is just really inexplicable. It's really cool.
And you're doing something really special to celebrate the 10th anniversary of this single. What is it that you're doing?
So we're re-releasing Cheap Wine and Cigarettes. I had my friend Dan Swinimer put his own kind of spin on it. So he took the original recording of it and just kind of reimagined the song, and it's a lot darker and kind of just vibey, and it's really cool. But we wanted to just see what would happen if we just did it a little bit differently, and he did such a beautiful job. So you guys will be able to hear that really soon.
Oh, that's awesome. And of course, too, Cheap Wine and Cigarettes on its own is quickly closing in here on being double platinum. Only 2 other females have been able to hit that milestone. Shania Twain being one of them, who I know is one of your role models, and Mackenzie Porter as well. So how does it feel to be alongside that company with this single?
It's really cool. I mean, I've known Mackenzie for so long, and we're such great friends, and it's awesome to see her star continue to rise and really just explode. So, and of course, like you said, Shania is a role model, and it's also really funny because Cheap Wine made me the first female Canadian artist since Shania to go platinum the first time. So now 10 years later, to be, alongside her once again feels really just full circle.
Oh, no doubt. Hey, well, a lot of excitement with this single. And like you said earlier, too, just fans still absolutely love this one, even more so now. And of course, too, you've been working a lot on new music in Nashville lately, haven't you?
Yeah, I was gone for the last 2 weeks, writing a little bit and, well, writing a lot. And yeah, it was the first kind of trip back since releasing the Heartbreaker record, just because we were crazy busy with the Winter Wonderland tour. And this was the first time I was able to actually get back down and focus on just that. So yeah, it was good.
How was it for you to do like the Winter Wonderland tour? Speaking about that, like that was such a crazy experience for you. And then like the letters and stuff that you got to write to fans and Christmas letters and stuff too. That's so awesome.
Yeah, the letters thing was really cool. I didn't think about it like too much before we had left. It was a really last minute idea. And I was like, oh, I was seeing, all my friends say, oh, we're taking our Christmas card photos with our family today. And I was like, oh, I'm going to miss out on all that this year because I won't be home for the Christmas season, really. I got home just a couple days before Christmas and I thought, well, maybe I do a different version of that this year. And so yeah, just for anyone who didn't see it, I had a box at the merch booth and it was just Christmas cards for Jess. And so you could bring a Christmas card to leave for me or the band, or some people even left for my dogs and they were bringing treats and like little like friendship bracelets and gifts and stuff. It was so cool and it was way beyond what I expected. I was like, and so I was going to write everybody a Christmas card in return when I got home, which obviously was much later than Christmas, but it was really cool. I wrote so many more Christmas cards by hand, like hundreds of Christmas cards by hand, and it was way more than I thought. But it was really cool and unique and special. It's not the kind of thing you can do with any other tour.
Oh, definitely. Well, and I know your fans definitely appreciate that of you, just like of how like awesome and kind and everything you are. And they also love following you along on social media. I know you've been active a lot on TikTok. And one of the things that you just recently did was asking your bandmates what their favorite item was off your rider. So now, tough question for you. What is your favorite thing? Since I don't think we heard you say which one was your favorite.
Yeah, we didn't. That's a good question. We like to do, instead of just saying put, whatever generic beer like Bud Light or Corona or anything like that. We like to have local beers so that if we're out in the East Coast, they can say, well, here's a brewery from just down the road, try these. So I think that's my favorite because we get to try a lot of different, we're all a beer gang. We like craft beer and stuff like that. So I would say that it's kind of cool. You don't always get to experience much of the city that you're in because you just fly in for work and then usually you're flying out to the next show. So you don't really get to hang out and stick around to see what that's all about. So that's one way that we kind of can cheat the system a little bit and experience a little bit more of the area that we're in.
So for you then, when it comes to riders, do you have like a different one that you do for winter compared to like summer season and touring and stuff?
We have a different one for like a tour, which usually happens in the winter or spring. And then we have a summer rider specifically because on a tour, the things that you might need or might not need are just a little bit different when you're traveling on a bus all the time than it is when you're flying in and out. And the show is different and everything just changes a little bit logistically.
Is there anything that you want to say to your fans? They're just so excited about, of course, this new single that you have out to country radio, and of course, the release here of Cheap Wine and Cigarettes with a new version. Is there anything you want to say to them?
Yeah, just thank you for sticking it out this whole time. It's been a long, awesome, crazy ride, and I'm so thankful for every single person who's ever requested a song at radio or, purchased the song or streamed it or added it to their playlist. And it's because of you that I get to have my dream job. So thank you so, so much. And I hope that we can continue to do it together for a really long time. The new version of Cheap Wine and Cigarettes will be out soon. But in the meantime, Go Getter is out right now. So go stream it. Go check out the video if you haven't seen it yet. And we'll see you on the road this summer.
Awesome. Well, Jess, thank you so much for taking some time to chat with us today.
My pleasure. Thanks so much, girl. Nice to see you.
Hey, 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 like cheap wine and cigarettes, that kind of taste that you don't forget.
The best homegrown country from coast to coast. It's the Canadian Country Showcase with Courtney Fielder.